Christopher Horder is an artist who sees the world differently. His works come from within, the artist paying homage to the spirit of the natural world and all that we cannot see. It is the change in season, it is a slide of day. Through his expressive strokes, Horder captures a real intensity within his image making that extends beyond the representational.
This is Theatre of Paint, which is my first solo show in oils, which was encouraged by the gallery when I had an earlier show scratching at the cave walls in the back room, the project space, and I was offered the opportunity to basically fill this beautiful space with oils, and it's a culmination of about over a year and a half non-stop work through ISO and through fires and through floods. And I'm quite relieved to be able to express myself in oils, which I've been painting in since I was, for the last 25 years really. But they're quite a departure, but they sort of feed in nicely to my old stain paintings. I find painting in oils quite liberating in the fact that I was able to layer and texture and knock back and explore. The paintings themselves are basically, there's no sort of like beginning or end. They're all rotated around the studio endlessly. They would have like stacked up next to each other. They'd have different sort of communications and change from how I would usually paint. But for me, it was liberating and exciting to be able to find a way to express this deep homage to nature, which I have always seek to sort of explore in whatever means possible. The show is called Theatre of Paint because it's a culmination of like thousands of movements and thousands of ideas and thousands of circumstances that led to this sort of moment where there's a painting. My studio is like jam-packed with works, and you have this moment where you express yourself in such a way that it's where the action takes place, the studio. And so Theatre of Paint became this sort of idea of action and sort of like you got one chance, and this is how you this is a moment where you are able to capture all of that flurry of matter, all those ideas, and encapsulate your comprehension of your place in the world. And as you said, the paintings have this movement, this sort of never-ending sort of expression of paint where you're not necessarily, you don't get a second chance, you know what I mean? Whereas you do, because oils are so versatile and expressive, and you can push and pull and make areas lighter and darker. But at the end of the day, they're made with 1,000 movements, and then they sit perfectly still on the wall, but they vibrate from that. There's a vibration that I think if you look at them and spend time with them, you start to feel that. As I see it, like, there's two ways to paint. There's like being an architect or being a gardener, and being an architect is like where you draw something up, plan it out, paint it, and paint what you intended to paint. Whereas a gardener basically takes a seed of an idea and puts it somewhere, lets it grow, takes a bit of that clipping, puts it somewhere else. That could grow out of control. You have to pull out the weeds, start again, get another seed. And it's a really beautiful way to paint when you let the paintings tell you what they need. And when you can find kind of like, and it takes a lot of time to get into the understanding of what a painting needs, because it's not, you know, it doesn't talk to you. You have to communicate with the works in such a way that you allow that to unravel itself, and you just play your part and find sort of a beautiful role in bringing this sort of image into fruition without ever actually knowing what that last thing will be. And it's satisfying to find a way to express yourself that you can't necessarily always do in words. Paintings start where words run out.